And we are live, and hello, and where did, here we go. And we are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God, did you ever just have something happen or a few things happen that just left you with an overwhelming sense of gratitude in spite of all the chaos and in spite of all the other crazy stuff that happens, right? So, you know that you may know, maybe I should introduce myself, Gina Maria Opalescent from opalescent.world. That's my website where I have all my offerings and some of my offerings. I'm going to be having more for my intuitive readings, my enchanted divination psychic drawings, and I just added today, I have space. I found space to do in-person readings in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And it's just so interesting because I was getting calls from people just out of the blue asking if they could have a reading tomorrow or the next day. And I'm like, what is happening? So I discovered they were Googling me, and Google said I had an office downtown, which I didn't. But I found a space. So now I'm able to do readings downtown Santa Fe. And it is tourist season. So I'm pretty excited about this, right? Okay, so that's another piece of gratitude. But what I came to say is that there have been a number of things lately. They're just like boom, 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 that are just making me be overjoyed with gratitude. One of them is something that's been going on for years and years and years, and it was just a pain in my psyche, in my energy. It was just sucking me dry, and it was just, and finally, it finished. So I can't say much about it until it's really completely done and over, but it is very, very close. I'm just waiting for the paperwork. So that's one reason to be extremely grateful, because all of a sudden I find myself waking up and thinking, I'm going to do this and this and this. And then I grab my envelope and make my list and get her done. I got so much done already on a Monday. So I'm very excited about that, because now I don't have to be chained to my desk for weeks and weeks and weeks doing all this crazy stuff that I didn't want to do. So thank you to the people that have coached me and helped me through this and listened to me hem and haw and worry and just pull me through it, because I was deep in and kind of in a fog and not really knowing what to do. So that part is changed and will be coming to completion very, very soon. So thank you for that. Another thing that happened to me, and this is on a very, very different level. So we have we're in Gemini season. We have those two kind of opposing forces. And what I just told you about is a very earthly, very, I even want to say masculine, because it's, you got to do it in order. You got to do this, you got to do that. Anyway, the other thing that happened is on a much different level, in a much different realm. So I had long ago, and I was trying to think about it the other day, when this happened to me, this wild experience where I was in meditation and went out and off and beyond, I was still on my feet. So that had to be close to 25 years ago. A long time ago. But anyway, so I was in this meditation and I went to the clouds, and then came the waves of the most powerful, indescribable, overwhelming, all-encompassing, deep love. They were just waves of love. And I'll play the waves at the end of this clip, okay? But, for so long I have wondered, what was that, and where was I, and how do you explain this to people, etc.? And I finally found not only one person, I found a lot of people that understand this and know what it was. So the term is a spontaneous out-of-body experience. Okay? Now, there are people that know how to do this, and there's one person that I know that is actually teaching this. And I was on a call this past week and able to ask a question and say, this is what happened. Where the hell, what was that? Where was I? And this person that teaches this was able to say, and so we were on a Zoom call, but neither of us were on camera. Okay, so I'm doing a really brief explanation of what this was. And I go, where was I? What was that? And I could just hear the joy and the understanding and the connection in this other person's voice when I said that. They were like, oh, that was beyond the realm. And I'm like, oh, wow. Because I've said for a long time that when I go into meditation, I just go out, especially with guided meditations. And I've been doing this for years and years and years and years. I remember being not in Sedona. It was in Chicago. Yeah, we were in Chicago at a Holiday Inn, kind of northwest of Chicago. God, I don't know where it was exactly, but I bet you I could find it if I had to. I could drive you there, right? And we were in a workshop with Drunvalo Melchizedek learning the, what is it called? It's like the heart communication. You're communicating heart to heart with someone without using audible communication, okay? And as soon, and Drunvalo, I mean, there's all these steps, and this is like a very long, like 3-day workshop. You had to go through all these steps. And as soon as this music came on, I was just out. I mean, I was like in the stars, in the clouds, there were no clouds there. It was just black stars. And I was just out. That's what I used to say. So when this person told me this past week, beyond the realm, I knew what they meant. It was beyond the 3D, beyond the 4D, beyond the 5D, beyond the heaven, beyond the whatever other realms there are, and out of what we commonly understand as the 12 realms that make up our existence, right? This was beyond. And I was so happy and so excited that someone else finally knew what I was talking about. And of course, once that happened, then I have another friend that I followed for a long time, and I have not had a chance to get to him yet today and say, hey, I was reading your article and I think that I know just what you're talking about, because apparently he had an experience too and he was very young. His name is Zen. And as I say this, I'm laughing because I know 3 people in my life, is not wild, 3 people whose name is Zen. So anyway, one of the 3 of you wrote and had some really wild experiences at 16 years old that you shared, and they are on LinkedIn. So maybe you want to look them up and read about it, because it is so fun and so exciting. So anyway, you're just getting a little tiny taste of this, and I am going to be sharing more and more and more as I have more wild experiences and more absolutely fun things to share with you. One last thing in closing, and that is that some of you may know I absolutely love Hanuman from the Hindu tradition. And one of the reasons that I love Hanuman so much is because chanting the Hanuman Chalisa is as close as I am able to get to that absolute heart resonance, that heart vibration, that heart opalescent love here on earth. Okay. So I decided I'm going to try to learn this, like really learn it, like learn to be able to say all 40 verses, right? So Krishna Das has a YouTube where you can learn this. And I go to it, and the transliteration of the lyrics, because they're in Sanskrit, right, are underneath the music. And as you're going and as you're chanting, you have the words there that you can kind of mumble through. Some of them I know, but some of them I blah, 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 right? And I don't know why I never realized that all of a sudden at the end of that YouTube, in the last 15 seconds, there's no picture of it, but all you can see, and all you can hear are waves. And I was just like, what? That is amazing. So anyway, I'm going to leave you tonight with the absolute beautiful waves of out of body, beyond, opalescent love. Thank you so much. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye. See you soon.